The Ministry of Trade held a stakeholders workshop yesterday, 3rd September 2024, on the African Continental Free Trade Agreement (AfCFTA) for members of the media, civil society organizations, and non-governmental organizations. The AfCFTA is one of the flagship projects of the African Union's Agenda 2063, the Africa We Want, which is the blueprint and master plan for reshaping Africa into the global economic powerhouse of the future. Speaking on behalf of civil society organization in Tango's program, Officer Mr. Modou Lamin Bai, who highlighted the importance of the involvement of civil society in promoting free trade in the continent.
And if you look at the role of NGOs, is critically important in this process, given that we work directly with communities. We also work with, or we involve communities in our economic empowerment programs. So this presents an opportunity for us, given the work that we do, how do we ensure that we add value to those products and exploit the African market? Knowing that the AfCFTA has one of its principles is to eliminate tariffs, this will present to us as an opportunity, especially the Gambia, given that we are really small, but then we can also have produce that we can make and then export outside there to sell as made in Gambia. So given that, again, because of our economic empowerment programs, the role of NGOs is important because, one, we can advocate with government to ensure that the AfCFTA is operationalized in the Gambia, and also most especially in the sub-region that is here in West Africa, given that already other protocols such as the ECOWAS free movement of people and goods already exist. So this will serve as a complement to the already existing protocols, ensuring that there is free movement of people and goods and services.
Askanwe editor Yusuf Taylor spoke on behalf of the media about the importance of the AfCFTA and telling stories of those impacted by the agreement.
Just to share a few words about what I believe as a journalist about AfCFTA, it's very important to make sure that we can have trade amongst African countries and we can strengthen each other, our economies. There's been a lot of money spent on this concept. If we look at Europe, for example, you can see how free trade is strengthening their economies. Obviously, even here within the West African region, we're seeing how Senegal and Gambia, trade between the two countries is an issue that our governments are trying to grapple with, and we hope that eventually we can get to that stage where we can have a good balance between protecting our local economy so that they can also be strengthened, whilst we also empower free trade within the African countries. That way, it's not a lose-lose, it's a win-win for all of us. So I hope that today we can learn a lot more about AfCFTA as journalists, as media, and people who, civil society advocates as well, who are close to those people who we say are affected. That way we can tell their stories within this whole idea of having stronger economies that trade in between African countries.
The keynote speaker, Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Trade, Mr. Abdoulaye Jame, spoke about the government's commitment to participate in the second pilot phase of the AfCFTA.
The official implementation of the AfCFTA started effective January 2021, and as part of the preparation to ensure the effective commencement of trade under the agreement, the government of the Gambia has undertaken certain initiatives to consolidate its preparedness. This includes the formulation of the AfCFTA National Implementation Strategy through the technical support of the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. The main objectives of the strategy is to leverage deeper integration within Africa to maximize welfare gains and food security, boost trade and investments, and support structural transformation and industrialization to enhance the employment and business opportunities for the Gambia's growing population. The strategy is therefore the national strategic framework for the implementation of the AfCFTA in the Gambia, and it identifies priority actions that will be undertaken by the government for over 10 years from 2020 to 2030 to effectively realize the potential benefits of the AfCFTA.
Since the signing of the agreement by 44 African countries on 21st March 2018, the agreement came into force on 30th May 2019. Trading under the AfCFTA started on 1st January 2021.